Alright, we are on our way to do our usual Mahjong Mayhem on Mahjong Monday.
Yeah.
Mahjong Monday!
It's
Also-
Monday.
Also, as a quick disclaimer, if there's a chance anyone watching the video hears like the occasional dog whining here, we have a guest over, so I have to keep one of the dogs in my room so that she doesn't like jump all over them, and I can't really control her from, acting the way she is.
She's seen that one gangster movie. She knows what happens. I'm sure nobody noticed that.
Nobody.
That guy did. Oop.
Wow.
I rated
love
a
the
real
idea.
headache and a half.
I love the idea of just boom. It's like, was that Ted? Yeah. Man, I hate Ted. Yeah, okay. Let's just keep going.
You know what? Ted's a jerk. I'm glad he's dead.
Or it's like,
I mean, that's pretty
I
much
hope
what just
nobody
happened. Nobody cared.
Yeah. And it's like, I hope nobody noticed that. You noticed that. No one notices!
Okay, now nobody knows.
Dang it, Ted's been playing hooky on the trash can again.
It's
All
like,
the time. Take out the trash.
It's like,
Take it out the trash.
I did not mean to go up. I did not mean to go up. Oh, I messed this up entirely.
Well,
Whatever.
I'm just thinking of like, I wonder if they heard me. No, we didn't.
So, the more I stop and think about it, I will admit, I haven't been paying too much attention to this whole aspect just because, I guess I just got too wrapped in all our commentary throughout all this. But would you say that this game has a bit of a problem in that, well, when you really stop and think about it, the stealth sections of this game are a little superfluous?
Well, okay. The part I will say the MJ and the MJ and why am I blanking on
Miles.
the Spider-Verse
Miles?
Thank you. The MJ and Miles sequences are pretty fun in what they do to like keep it like tense and stuff because you are not the winged crusader who can cause shockwaves with your arms and do crazy stuff like that. However, with these wave things, I agree. Hang on. I bet you lazy suckers totally were. And, okay, that's the other thing I'm going to say right now. As you just saw right there, you're going to start seeing that these guys are freaking morons who will literally... Look at this. Look at the guy on the right.
Oh, God.
He's going to
shit.
fire... If I wasn't doing these moves, I kid you not, they would literally fire a rocket launcher point blank.
At themselves.
In front of everybody. And it's like, are you an... And they will do it. Their AI is either not programmed well, or they really did program it very well to understand that these guys are idiots who have no idea
Well, you know
how
what?
heavy ordnance
If I'm gonna
works.
go out, if I'm gonna screw up, I might as well make sure I screw up right.
That's not the good way to screw up. But yeah, so definitely take out rocket launcher guys, because unlike some games where the rocket... Geez, and watch out for the
Actually,
whip
this
guys,
is not the best time!
and yes, the whip guys will prevent you from swinging or being in the air for very long. Like I've said, welcome to the DLC. Now that we're actually getting to some of these like safe houses, these the mob sections in the DLC, they are not going to mess around. They are going to be throwing everything at you, which is going to make you think that these Mahjong are freaking X-Men in disguise, which I bet that'd be a great comic arc. Somebody get to work on that. Don't fire the rocket launcher indoors, Larry.
Honestly, if the Hulk could be a mob leader, I don't see why not.
So, would we call them... So, what would they have to change their name to the Mahjong Mutants?
I would love that. I would
Although,
love
wait
if
a
that was an
minute.
arc.
I feel like... Well, I was about to say, undercover, covert, really nasty X-Men. We already have that. It's called X-Force.
Oh, that is fair.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that a bit derivative? You're
I don't
absolutely
know.
right. No, that was a joke from Deadpool 2. It's like, the X-Men are just not cool, so we're going to create our own team called X-Force. And then Domino's like, isn't that a bit derivative? You're absolutely correct.
He doesn't even know
Larry!
about that. It's like, even though you do raise a good point. All right, let's go.
Woohoo! Larry, the rocket launchers. Larry,
Ooh.
stop firing them indoors.
What?
Those are not
I'm
playthings.
just usually going to take out the Spider-Man.
No, stop using the rocket launchers indoor. Okay, so back to what we were talking about, the stealth sections. Yes, when it comes to these parts here, where you could start off stealthily for the sake of this. Yes, I agree. There's really nothing that incentivizes you doing it because you'll get more points and or more experience by just fighting them normally, as far as I've seen. No, Larry. So I would think it'd be cool if... I think it would be cool if there was a way for me to actually skip the entire combat thing altogether because I was stealthily, because I'm trying to understand the logic here. The logic is that... Hang on. Thank you. The logic is that if I were to do this successfully, the first group of guys would be gone and we would immediately jump to Wave 2. But how the hell does Wave 2 know to... Ow! How the heck does Wave 2 understand that, oh, Wave 1 has been defeated? Because, no, the whole base never went into high alert because I defeated everybody who could have sounded the alarm.
Right, so by logic, being able to take care of the first wave stealthily would mean shouldn't have to worry about the other waves, and you could probably, for that, like, you should get all the points for it because you played it well, smart.
Right. So like two examples I can think of off the top of my head. Number one is that okay, again thinking about it is South Park Stick of Truth. Oh Jesus,
boy.
One last guy.
Oh god.
He must have hated all his friends if he didn't bother showing up for that. He's just like, don't come in here, please, don't God, don't come in here.
Actually, I thought it was gonna be like,
he came in here. I'm coming after you, Spidey.
I thought it was gonna be an instance of like, hey guys, I'm here. What I miss?
Hey, MJ, I'm just wrapping up. What do you got for me?
But yeah, two examples off the top of my head would be South Park Stick of Truth. I like how there are ways that you can be clever with your overworld abilities to actually defeat enemies in the overworld, and if you do that, you get whatever experience points you would have gotten from that battle.
Right, I love that.
It's not like you lose it.
Honestly, it's a shame that more RPGs don't do stuff like that.
I would love if Paper Mario did stuff like that.
Dude,
that
Mario
would be
RPGs
incredible.
would be perfect for that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. You could defeat this whole trail of Goombas, but if you defeat this Koopa, the Koopa shell, does the classic, it hits all of them at once. You get all of the... Anyway.
There you go.
And then the second system I would reference is actually Far Cry, like Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4. In those games, you can capture bases, which can help give you guys, like... It can help give your team influences and resources throughout the game. And... if you get caught, then of course they're going to sound the alarm, and you have to quickly run and disable the alarm, but up until that point... Oh, by the way, this is going to be our new, like, sub-game, mini-game thing, kind of like the car bombs of the last chapter. This one is you follow... It's a Maja, like, informant escort, where you follow the police for a little bit, then you attack people, and then you follow the police for a bit, maybe, and that's the whole, like... That's the whole side mission, but I don't care about side missions in this unless they're story relevant. Moving on. In Far Cry, yes, if you sound the alarm, everything goes into high alert and you have to fight a bunch of guys, shoot them down. But if you manage to take everybody out stealthily without anybody detecting you, then the base just becomes automatically yours because reinforcements are never notified because there was no one left to do it.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the Gunvolt series does a very similar thing in that there's the occasional mook rushes you have to deal with, though inside the room where you're doing the mook rush, there's a siren that constantly flares out. In most cases, you can actually take out the siren, and in which case it ends the mook rush early.
Oh wow. And of course, as we've seen in one of our other commentaries when we get around to the Yoshi's Island. What?
Oh, you mean like
the Piranha
oh
Plant?
My!
That's still a great Easter egg.
Yeah.
Which if there was a deeper rating, Cam would be like, oh my god!
Exactly.
But yeah, so I think something like that, maybe in Spider-Man 2, would be a really neat idea to incentivize, because otherwise, you're right. I try my best to kind of have a little bit of fun with stealth, but otherwise there's nothing that really incentivizes it.
Yeah, there's really no point to the stealth in this game unless you really just feel like it.
We should keep an eye out for more.
Which, it really shouldn't be, that's just, I mean, I'm not sure if I could really count that as either an oversight or what. Because I feel like that's something that you think Insomniac would have figured out.
Yeah.
Hey, Yuri.
God damn it, Yuri. That guy wanted to high-five me.
How are you?
He was waiting for it. Like, yeah, because if you notice, just before that, he had a circle above his head, which means that sometimes when you're walking around, you can interact with civilians and like take a picture with them.
I don't know,
high-five
Logan.
them.
Considering the current world situation, do you really want to high five a random stranger?
I have a suit. I have protective suits. I have multiple suits. Dang it, Yuri! Frickin'.
She was
Oh,
trying
Miles.
to. She was just trying to be considerate of your health, and that's how you repay her, you ignorant swine.
Hey, Miles, don't mind me. I'm just spidering and manning.
Wow.
Spider
You know,
and Manning.
I am a man, but am I Spider?
I'm not. That's what he said. There's, the usual spider and man and.
You know, if we were doing this if this whole game was out like years earlier, that whole comment you just made would have made perfect sense.
Yeah, it's like I'm good on the Manning part, but I still need help on the spidering part.
What do they call you? What do they call you in other parts of New York? Spider swine?
Spider swine.
Don't ask.
I have created.
I don't know,
Yeah, he's all
spider swine.
excited.
It doesn't sound like it would catch on.
Now, Spider
So,
Ham,
yes.
on the other hand.
Oh, that's classy. That's marketable. That's not. Don't worry. It's non. It's.
It's all
what do you-
beef.
It's catchy. It's cute. It's totally vital to the plot of Spider-Verse.
Hopefully they'll do more with the second one. And by the way, so all the Maja heads are hanging out here.
Oh boy.
Turns out, Silver Sable had one other piece of technology she never told us about that the Hammerhead found.
Oops.
Oh,
Dodge.
Tanks
jeez.
that can drive underground like worms. Jesus.
Just,
Oh, my God.
Sable, seriously, just put your badge on the table and leave.
Yeah.
Or at the very least,
So, yeah.
hire competent people.
Right. Oh, geez. More tanks are showing up. Doug Dick things.
Doug did things.
Come up with a better name. Whoa! But yes. So this is gonna be their new enforcement.
a better name for them. They're called tunnel tanks. Get it right, you dick.
Fun fact: Hype. They do actually make that joke later.
Wow.
Like that exact same context happens later on in this episode between him and some of the Maja. Oh, jeez, more of them.
Oh,
So yes. So yeah, again, the context is that the other four Maja Dons are hanging out here to have like a powwow of like, hey, what are we gonna do about this Hammerhead thing? And they realized, oh crap, maybe we should have invited the Hammerhead thing. Because he's kind of mad he didn't get invited now.
I gotta give credit where it's due for being a B-list villain. He certainly got some pretty competent men behind his back.
It's like, you
Oh,
didn't
you man.
invite me to the movie night.
I wanted to watch. What was the movie we were talking about earlier? It was something. It was Roy's wanted to watch Redline, which I'm still curious to try out. And
That'd be
just
interesting.
look at lyrics.
We watched Hoodwink the other night, which I'm glad James and Royce got a kick out of it.
Yeah, that
There's
was
some
fun.
good moments in. There are some good moments in it. Oh, excuse me. Oof, Jordy,
Yes.
I was gonna ask. It probably is not going to be up. Excuse me. It's probably not going to go up in time for it to be of actual relevant information for the audition, which I apologize for because of my own laziness and/or a policy on completing commentaries in one go for binge watching. But what actually inspired you to create a voice acting project around Anya's ghost?
Okay, so, I got the graphic novel last summer. I think it was last summer. And I found the story itself so interesting that I just had to dub it. Because I love the characters, I love the plot that it's going for. You know, it's about a girl who's basically trying to, live her life in America, like, because she's from Russia, but she's very pessimistic, where she doesn't like her family life, she's very self-conscious about her weight, and she's pretty much just given up on trying to fit in with everybody at school and just considers herself a loser. And then she falls down a well and meets a ghost girl named Emily, who wants to be your best friend forever.
Is this? I guess I should ask spoilers. Is this ghost the villain?
Maybe.
That means yes.
Oh, okay. I mean, I have seen movies like that where it's like the person enters in and turns, and at first you're like, oh, cool, it's enabling. Cool, she wants to be their friend, but then you realize they're just enabling them and actually
know,
turns out to be the villain all along.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But between this and your boyfriend, I'm starting to feel a little concerned for Jordy's taste in media.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like, yeah. I mean, granted, her taste in men. Granted the concern for her taste in men should have spiked once we.
I said taste in media, not men.
Oh,
Yeah, because
well,
Emily's
media
not a
and-
man.
That is true. And hang on. Oh, what are we looking for? The
wolf and sheep.
Wolf among sheep. Wolf and sheep. Here we go. Here's our way to get inside and check on the Maja. Again, I do like the, for the most part, lack of loading transitions between these things. What does it say? I did look into Anya. Oh wait, by the way, We thought we saved them.
We really need to rethink your security set up.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
I love this line. It's like,
Right. Because of the digging tank things. Obviously.
yeah, why didn't you think they would have done this? So yeah, they dug underground, stole all the Dons, and
The Dons.
Did not go well.
You know, that
And,
would actually, I just realized that would
Yuri,
with all those digging tanks.
by
I
the
can
way,
only imagine how.
Yuri
Oh,
oh,
what?
Wait,
I
what?
went too far back.
Oh,
Anyway,
easy.
Cable tech he's been stealing.
anyway,
She had more in her arsenal.
and
than I
Yuri
thought.
here is
You told me you would take care of this. You told me not to worry.
I did, yes, and I screwed up. I'm sorry.
No more breaks. No more time off. I'm on this now. I'll call you when I've got a plan.
Well,
Crap.
again.
Pete, just
Again, we didn't know about the digging tank things, number one. Number two, again, Yuri has seen this town at its absolute worst, and this is the breaking point for her. Oh, god dang it.
Speaking of breaking point,
oh boy, talk about
Oh,
a
God.
total
for this
shift.
today, Screwball.
There's always time for great content.
Screwball, I will literally, like...
New York's favorite spider guy in a series of high stakes life or death
Yeah, welcome to the second chapter of all of this.
Enjoy the fun.
Ah, screw off, Screwball.
Hey, I have a question.
what's up?
The last time when I was in this and we saw Screwball, did we ever mention... Because I was thinking... This crossed my mind right now. I feel like I could pull off a good Screwball.
I think I already mentioned that, like, when, during one of the times you were here when Screwball was there.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. I couldn't remember since it's been a long time.
Yeah, I did remember saying something along the lines of, Jordy, you would actually make a very accurate Screwball.
Jordan.
The
But-
only
but-
the
but-
only trick is that the only trick is that you would have to intentionally crack your voice sometimes,
I can do that.
like this here.
Because it's all a matter of life and death, people! Woo!
Yeah, I mean that's more or less the idea.
Since last time.
More of them.
Applied the Trojan
And
installed to
hopefully,
location each time
and
I
yes,
do
again,
one
this
of
is
these
all building
shows.
up to hopefully our chance to like catch her for reals. Since the last
Hopefully
time
our
we didn't
chance
have
to break her helmet. And the thing inside
I
the
get-
helmet.
Again, my friend had an amazing idea for a for a lore of that. The tragic reveal is that it turns out that Screwball is like 47 years old and is trying to be hip and with it to such a degree that she adopted this huge like villainous like perspective on things. And like all this time she's just been a boomer and no one knew it. But unfortunately her character arc, but unfortunately nothing that interesting happens. Also, this is my favorite bit is that is the face of a man who knows no bounds.
Or fear.
No fear.
And then it finally reaches Spider-Man. I have one fear.
No. Okay, so the
I
purpose
fear
of
no
this
man.
mission is so the purpose of this mission is we have to take everybody out without any of them knowing. Here we go again, and I don't know what to do with my life
Oh.
anymore. Come on, man.
I wonder if I left the fridge open.
That's what it looks like they're thinking as they're being catapulted upwards. Okay, get rid of the camera. Get rid of the camera.
That almost sounded like a... What's the name of the little bully snot from Simpsons?
Nelson.
Nelson. That almost sounded like a Nelson laugh.
Yeah, no, I could see it. There we go. Get rid of that camera. I know I'm probably going to miss the photobomb, but I don't want to risk it
Oh.
because this mission can be really annoying because if any person... This is a stealth challenge. Oh,
Sorry
goodness me.
about that. Just a second.
No worries. But yes, this is a stealth challenge, which Lucy blew my cover. Out of way! But I'll just say, and I did look into the Anya. I did look into the Anya's ghost. Oh jeez. Anya's ghost, what was I say? I did look into the Anya's ghost, auditioning, but I do not trust myself enough with European accents, which 90% of people have the European accents in that comic, it seems like. At least in the rules I saw in Casting Call.
Ah, so what, does it take place in Britain?
No. It takes place in America, but it's just they're almost all either immigrants or families of immigrants. Like,
Okay, so the guest left. That means Lucy's out of the room, so we should be good.
no worries. But yeah, that's it, right, Jordy? I was saying that whole time I was talking about Anya's ghost.
Escaped inmates.
All right, I'm sorry. I got distracted, but yeah, that's...
And I was saying that, unfortunately, like, I did look at the casting call and it looked interesting, but I don't trust myself enough with European accents.
That's fair.
Which is fair. I understand.
Yeah, I was just joking about how, like, she said, I'm sorry, I got distracted. She's just looking at a picture of your boyfriend going, eventually.
I wasn't looking at your boyfriend.
I guess I should ask, did they have
Now
an
you're
ETA on
insinuating
the
that
Mac?
Hype has a boyfriend. Hmm?
No.
It's the game, and... I guess I
was
should
looking at
ask, is
Bendy.
there... Aw.
Close enough. Your second
Close enough,
boyfriend.
I love this bit. I do like the ragdoll in this game. Anyway, no, I was gonna say, do they have an ETA on the Mac release of that?
No, they just said that it's going to take a little bit longer because of how complicated it is to, get Apple games made. Especially if
okay.
you started off on Windows. But yeah, I
Oh,
tried
like
opening
loading.
up an exe file, but it does not work on Mac.
Yeah,
Unless you
Macs
have like
need-
a parallel program, which takes a long time to download.
I was gonna say, I feel like there. I wish there was like. Yeah, you're right. I wish there was some like .exe to .msi converter that would allow it to work with Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, gee. What the
Oh.
heck, dude?
I'm sure there has to be one.
What happened to him? He's not even dead yet.
Hi.
Maybe she
Oh, there
just
he
wanted
goes,
to
he
take a
just
picture of
dropped.
him.
He just dropped from the photo.
Oh.
He's like, my eyes,
It's like,
flesh.
I know who you are. What? Ah!
That's scary, and I'm gonna die.
Ow.
He accidentally shot the fat man.
Oh,
Whoa.
he's fat man down.
Fat man down! Quick, give him another butter.
Stat. Yeah, okay. I need to clear this up because this is getting a little. Because once again, like I said, DLC, they keep that combat difficulty exponentially rising.
Aye.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
nope.
God
Oh
forbid they
god,
ever-
not you guys.
I was about to say, God forbid they did another DLC campaign, which made it even harder.
Oh, I don't know, man. So yeah, once again, that's why I recommend using Arms Race as my go-to power for the entirety of this DLC. Mainly because even more so than quad damage, which they're both really useful, but Arms Race it just gives me a chance to release an electric shock, which just gives me a chance to. It just he looked like he was looking at the camera there, going, "You're so loud."
Yeah.
There we go. But Arms Race gives me a chance just to freaking catch my breath and get everyone to stop moving all at once. So, done. About frickin' time.
Wow, yeah, seriously, that was like a lot more than Where are Screwball getting all these fans anyway?
I mean, jail must be boring. They gotta have something on streaming.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that there's even streaming services in prison.
Yeah, I don't get that. They never explain that. But she talks about how all of her, like, most of her fans are prisoners. And no one in jail has put two and two together of, maybe I should, like, change the channel?
I feel like they're probably at Arkham because no other jail system has security that loose.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, granted, you did see how, what was the name of the prison we were going through during the main
Raft.
campaign? The Raft. That seemed pretty about as loose as the typical day on Arkham.
I mean, yeah, maybe putting the electrically gifted supervillain in the power grid for the whole place wasn't the best strategy, but yeah. Anyway, with that said, join us on the next part, as I swear we'll find some plot today.
Till next time, guys.
Bye.
Where's the plot? Oh, there he is!